How the Disney-Fox merger sets up the future of the MCU. It's a superhero Christmas miracle! The deal that got all the Marvel fanboys talking is on the near horizon. Of course, the deal we speak of is the major Disney-Fox merger, which seems to be all but guaranteed. An official announcement is expected to drop next week, but it sounds like it's already pretty much a done deal. Disney is expected to gobble up Fox's studio and certain assets, including the rights to the prodigal Marvel characters like the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Deadpool. Now, the deal would make Disney even more of a Tinseltown juggernaut since it acquired Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. We don't want to use the word overlord, but overlord. Disney is gonna control a whole lot of shit, y'all. Nonetheless, what does this all mean for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, in a Deadline article yesterday, Marvel studio head and one-man PR team Kevin Feige was said to be eager to get his hands on the X-Men universe. That sounds a little maniacal as well, right? Oh, I'm so eager to get my hands. With one more solo flick coming in the form of Black Panther, then the beginning of the all-out battle that will be Avengers Infinity War, the end of Phase 3 of the MCU is just around the corner. No doubt Feige is looking towards the future to figure out how to once again up the ante and create some major conflict that will help drive the MCU through its next phases. And really, news that the deal is almost certainly happening reinforces our recent theory that Marvel and Feige are stalling to publicly announce what Phase 4 will look like. Feige and team probably have two versions, Phase 4 with a reshuffled set of Avengers, and Phase 4 with a mix of Fox Marvel characters, all under Marvel's umbrella. After all, Marvel similarly did it. Held off in making any formal announcements on who would be in Civil War, and that was in the midst of talks to share custody of Spidey for what would become Spider-Man Homecoming. If that deal hadn't gone through, the plan was to have Ant-Man serve in a similar newcomer role as Spidey in Civil War, but the deal went through, and they were able to go with Plan A, or Plan S, for Spider-Man. In case you didn't know, because I didn't when I first read this. So if and when the deal does go through, what will Marvel do with the new bounty of reunited characters? First off, we think they are likely to bring the Fantastic Four into Phase 4 of the MCU. They've been saying for a while that Phase 4 would be cosmic, and what could be more cosmic than the FF, Marvel's first family? Plus, imagine the headline, Marvel's Fantastic Phase 4. As for how Marvel might bring the X-Men into the fold, there are many possibilities, but we see two as potential strong ones. The first option is we take a page from the comics. We could see an Avengers versus X-Men style battle. Marvel incorporates the existing X-Men into the MCU by lifting the 2015 Secret Wars event from the books, pitting the two universes against each other with the Avengers representing the MCU and X-Men standing in for the Fox universe, ultimately resulting in a combined universe after the dust settles. Or the second option, Marvel leaves Fox's X-Men to their own devices for a while, letting the current planned slate of films happen as expected, and then after the films are done, let the franchise sit it out for the cosmic-inspired Phase 4, but slowly sprinkling in the ideas of mutants, and then bringing in the X titles for Phase 5. However it plays out, Stan Lee himself must be joyful that most of his creations will be playing in the same backyard once again. But what do you folks think? Could we be getting a Fantastic Phase 4? How would you bring the X-Men into the MCU, and should they just be their own separate universe? Let's discuss. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss one of our world-famous stories, theories, or breakdowns. If you're a YouTube viewer, mash that little bell and you'll get notified as soon as a new video pops. And Facebook viewers, give us a like, won't you? I'd appreciate it.